What is going on, YouTube? Man, it's been a while, right? First of all, shout out to LaShawn or Luane. Dang it, Luane, right? Man, I'm sorry, man, if I butcher your name, brother. It's been a while. So anyway, I got to talking to him right before Thanksgiving, He watches the vlog and, just talk to him and discuss a couple of things, and I actually, I hope I saved them a couple of $1,000 because he opened his hood and I saw a couple of discrepancy in his truck, so it's just one of those things, you gotta understand he's not like, a mechanic, you know what I mean? He's basically his air charge cooler, actually his condenser, the bracket to his condenser, how it attach or it mounts to the air charge cooler, but it has a rubber piece in between to prevent it from going metal to aluminum, right? Or a cast. I think it's cast. Anyway, that's what it was doing. It was rubbing that bad and it was starting to dig in there. And I know those charged air coolers probably cost about $1,500. So anyway, hopefully he got that one fixed. I got to get back with him. I know he texted me back, but it's just, man, I just been so busy, man. Well, busy in the sense of, spending time with the family. And I'm sure you guys understand that, you know what I mean? So, I don't think I have to explain that. But anyway, yeah, we've been in and out, I haven't been doing much really. Just like I said, spending time with the family and doing Amazon here and there, a bunch of short runs really. I believe it or not, man, I made a bunch of posts about, the Amazon rates is looking good, this and that, man, it hasn't been the case here lately. So I'm sure if you're on the platform, it was good last week and the week before, but this week or mid last week until this week, it's just been junk, man. It's just $1.50, $1.60. It's coming back to those rates, man. It's just, I don't know what's going on really. I think I know what happened. I have an idea. Oh, as a matter of fact, let me let you guys know. This is like the third time or the fourth time I'm making this same freaking video, man. It's just, I get to doing stuff, you know what I mean? Get time, spend time with the family, and then the freaking thing becomes outdated. Anyway, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. I know it's a little late. It's almost Christmas, so. So where was I at? Oh, Amazon rates, right? So you know how I was making a post about, how good the rates were looking. So I actually did drop the trailer, paid the storage, the monthly storage thing, and started doing Amazon, and it was good for a little bit. As a matter of fact, I got a load going into Reno from Las Vegas right before Thanksgiving, right? And it was paying $4.50 a mile, and it looked promising over there in Reno. And then I was able to book a load, an empty move going to Las Vegas from Reno, but that turned out to be canceled. So I just bobtailed from there to get to the house, because I didn't bring my chains with me. That was the problem. I didn't bring my tire chains with me. And if you're familiar with Reno over there on the I-80 Truckee or whatever they call that peak over there, that as soon as a little bit of rain hits that area, you're gonna need some chains. So this time of the year, you definitely want to be carrying chains around that area. So, but I didn't have my chains with me. I forgot to freaking load them up. I do have them now. I forgot to load them up on the truck. Anyway, so we had to bobtail from Reno to back home so we can spend Thanksgiving in Salt Lake with the family, So we did all of that. And then after Thanksgiving, there was actually a load that was going from Las Vegas that was paying like $3.50 a mile going all the way to Delaware. Okay, now my GPS, usually when you punch in an address on the GPS and then you say navigate to there, right, it'll calculate and compensate for the time differences. So Salt Lake is an hour ahead of Las Vegas in California, so the Eastern time or Western time, right? Pacific time. Anyway, and I was in Cedar City. I saw that load right on the way home, and I was showing arriving at 4:30 p.m. and then the load leaves at 5 p.m. I have a 30-minute window there, and then I was thinking like I should have went with my intuition. Really, I was thinking like, wait a minute, I should be there at 3:30. But the GPS was not showing that. So I was like, okay, I guess I can't book this load. And sure enough, as soon as I get here at 3:30 in Vegas time. And I could have booked that load. And that was a good paying load, man. That was a good paying load, and we could have easily crawled our way back home. You know what I mean? Doing Amazon here and there, you know, and we would have been back home already. So, yeah, that was pretty crappy. That load almost paid $10,000. Imagine that, right? Amazon. Haven't seen those loads in a very, very long time. So, but anyway, so what was happening is that with the Amazon, right, is the rates were going that high right before Thanksgiving, and shortly after Thanksgiving, it was because of, obviously, the Thanksgiving rush, okay? But right before Thanksgiving, the reason why rates were going that high on Amazon is because Amazon moved a whole bunch of trailers, right, from the extra yard. They rented a whole bunch of trailers from the extra yard and from the Swift yard, you know? So they needed these trailers moved to their yard. That's why the rates were so freaking ridiculous, you know? And shortly after that, that was it, you know? There was nothing else going on. So anyway, here we are. We're doing Amazon things, just short runs. Towards the end of the week, it looks like it might be getting better, but man, it's been rough. It really has. I haven't been trying to get anywhere else or do anything else except for, you know, maybe a few short runs here and there, really. I haven't been successful, that's for sure. And our score, as a matter of fact, speaking to score, Amazon score, okay, I feel like when I had lower score with Amazon, which was a couple weeks ago, I was at 85, right? And I was seeing better loads, like, you know, the short runs. And now that I'm 100%, I can't seem to find them, or I can't seem to catch them. Now, could it be a coincidence that, you know, it just all of a sudden slowed down this week? I have no idea, man, really. All I know is I'm having such a hard time right now, just trying to get just trying to move some empties, you know? Because that's mostly is going to be, like, if you're just trying to stay local and do a little bit here and there within the Las Vegas area, it's going to be moving a lot of empties, you know? So I really don't know what's going on, why that is. I thought I should be seeing better loads because of, you know, better score. But that's not the case at all. $8.24. See, that's what's great about this place, or about these Amazon facilities nowadays. It's all automated. Now, yeah. Let me go talk about that, right? So I had, here you go. Here's another new thing that they're doing. So basically, you have to verify that it's you, the driver, claiming. it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing for Amazon because it's it'll prevent from double brokering and all of these other stuff. I kind of like that idea, right? So they're trying to take steps into 824. Oh, he's telling me to go to truck parking 824. The load is not ready. Okay, so I guess we're picking this up from the dock door. So anyway, speaking of the automated system, right? So basically, those arms that we just went through, they're. I'm pretty sure this is 800. Okay, yeah. So those arms that we just went through, they're automated and they're controlled overseas during nighttime. Okay, during the day they're controlled over by some U.S. agents, right? U.S. Customer service, right? Basically, they're not doing a whole lot. They're just punching numbers here and there. That's basically what happens. Okay. So we get in here, so we get checked in. So at night, it's kind of tough at night because a lot of this stuff, man, it's controlled outside of the U.S. And these guys, they're not very they're not very accurate when it comes to data accuracy or punching data. You know what I mean? Just anything really. They just don't care. I think that's what's happening. So anyway, so these guys, there's been a couple of times already that they punch in. I'm supposed to be moving an empty. They're having me move loaded. Or they have me hooked to a loaded trailer, like 3 times already that happened. So when that happens, you gotta get to the cage. And what they've been doing, Amazon here lately, is that these gates that have automated, they don't got no more personnel manning those guard shacks. You have to get to the building, to the cage, and then get with somebody over there and have them reassign you a trailer for an empty move. Or you can wait till departure time and they cancel the load on you and get a cancel fee or whatever, right? But anyway, or bobtail out. It's just so inaccurate, man. Like at nighttime, man, it's just like the margin of error at nighttime is a lot more compared to during the day. That I guess that's the best way to put it. You know what I mean? So anyway, Amazon's been very, very crappy here lately, man. It's like the rate-wise, So I was talking to Luane about the rates, right? What I think it's happening, what I think is gonna happen in the future, specifically after the holidays, man. I think, even though those guys at Freight Waves was like, oh, goodbye freight recession or whatever, but I think we haven't hit the worst of it yet. Believe it or not, I believe it's gonna hit even worse rate-wise. You know what I mean? Just seeing Amazon, just seeing the way the Amazon, freight moves. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna get worse. I'm assuming this. Okay, I got no real data on why this might be happening, but oh man, so there's this one load, right? It's let's talk about the Amazon load board. So you got one coming from it's not gonna be able to see it anyway. Got a load coming from Henderson to Henderson. It's going 11 miles within that area for $169. Normally before those would pay like over $200 plus, man. But like right now, they won't even last a quick second on the load board. There's actually a lot of action right now quite a bit more action than what it was. Here, I think Amazon has been shifting their operations out of Las Vegas. I thought it seemed like for the last couple of years there or so that they were gonna make Amazon or they were gonna make Las Vegas one of the main hub or something like that, because they built so much and so fast over here. Amazon did, and then I believe now they got like a couple of warehouses that is just like barely being used at all. They have some warehouses that are really really busy, and then they got a couple of them that just not, they're not very busy at all. Anyway, um, let's talk about like these short runs, right? These short runs, man, it's so insane, man. Like, look at this. It's a 5 leg short run, okay? So basically, you're gonna be going within the North Las Vegas area. You're gonna be dropping loaded and picking up empties, okay? And it's calling for 6 hours and 26 minutes. Now, it might not take that long, okay? That 5 leg, it might actually take just 2 hours, maybe, But when they put that time like that, 6 hours and 26 minutes, if you've worked with ROC before, you know that these guys, they're not doing anything past your departure time or before your departure time or all of these other crap, right? They got all of these time frame, and if you're calling and you're having issue with that load, uh, they will only talk to you within that window. So you have to wait, okay? Anyway, or you can cancel the load, okay? But anyway, this load is going for $313, man. That's not good, man. It's not good at all. Um, over like when I'm doing local, I try to hit the $100 an hour range. Okay, so prime example, if this one is calling for 6 hours and 26 minutes, I'm gonna try to get to at least $600 on that, and that's half the rate. Okay, um, I might take it, like, it depends on how slow it is. I probably would take it at like $500. You know what I mean? But in this case, if this goes to 400, this thing is gonna disappear off the load board, man. But anyway, that's the range I'm trying to hit. Okay, when I'm doing local, because mileage is no longer a factor. Okay, like mileage rate, that's no longer a factor when you're doing just a whole bunch of local drop and hook and things like that, because you're not gonna make no miles. So you have to factor in how much you getting paid or how much you think is reasonable hourly rate. You have to factor in your rate hourly. Instead of per mileage. Oh, yeah, yeah. So, like, you see some of these Amazon trucks, that's another contributing factor into why we are where we are at the moment, is that, Amazon has been adding trucks into their fleet, and they're basically trying to phase out the owner operators. Well, they're trying to eliminate the need or the reliance on owner operators. Here lately, they've been adding a lot of these trucks. So a lot of these facilities, I'm seeing at least 3 or 4 trucks that are parked, that are for local or for day cab local or something like that. And last year or the year before, 2 years ago in California, I saw a lot of those trucks running around, but not as much over here, in the Las Vegas area. But here lately, I'm seeing them a lot more, So I could imagine they've been adding a lot of trucks into their fleet. So a lot of those actually, as a matter of fact, I'm going to take some of that back, because not all of them, because some of them will say, somebody else's name on there, but they're using Amazon logo. So I don't know how that works or how that came about, but they're using the Amazon, little logo thing, right? But it doesn't say Amazon on the side of the door. So I don't know what that means. Anyway, these guys right here, I think that's one of the main reasons why we are seeing a lot less, local moves, short runs and things like that, is because of these guys. They're probably taking over half of these local moves. Just they're paying their drivers hourly. They're adding on trucks or whatever. They're paying their drivers hourly. Whatever that is, $25 an hour or whatever, just to move these trailers around town. So yeah, I think that's one of the biggest contributor. The why the local rates are kind of crappy and I'm seeing here, like, and I'm watching the load board, right? You know me, I'm always gonna watch it, but I'm watching the load board, and like, if you're on the platform, man, and you're trying to move local, I would say head towards Salt Lake City. Over there, it seemed like the local runs are a lot better. So yeah, I know I'm probably biting myself in the foot, by telling you guys this, but it's okay. It's right there. The information is available. It's right there. It's not like it's a freaking secret. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, what I'm seeing, that Salt Lake area seem to be better when it comes to local. You see that guy right there? That is definitely an Amazon truck. Look at the number on that, man. That's a lot of Amazon freaking units, right? That's different. Let me see. Ape group. Ana group. See, I don't understand, like, the way they do these things. I don't know if it's just an affiliate of Amazon. I don't know. But I know that's a lot of numbers, though. 9010418. So that just tells me that that's probably on Amazon. Let me see the DOT number. 3212425. Yeah, there's no way that's an Amazon one, though. There's just no chance, man. See? And goes another one right there. That's a number of 124158. You see, there goes another one way down there. So yeah, basically, these are the guys that's gonna phase us out when it comes to Amazon. As a matter of fact, they're probably the ones that's gonna phase us out, even on like a lot of loads on the load board. Or a lot of loads are not gonna make it on the load board because of these guys. Here goes another one right there. So, like I said, some of them are really not. I don't understand. Like that one is MJ Freight Solutions, okay, but they still have. Maybe they're contracted. You know what I mean? They're Amazon contracted, but they are not ran and managed by Amazon. I have no idea, because I know that DOT number is too new. That's as a matter of fact, it's pretty close to ours. Ours is 363, right? That's 321. This one right here. And some of them, I'm telling you, it's like some of them, there's just so many different DOT numbers. So I'm guessing I think that's what it is. It's just that they have, maybe they're leased on under the DOT. I don't know, man. I don't know how they're actually doing this, but I know the unit numbers is a lot, though. You know what I mean? So, I mean, unless they just started off with that number, which I highly doubt, So, I think these guys maybe had some type of contract with Amazon, and, the stipulation is probably that you gotta look like an Amazon representative or whatever, So, yeah, maybe that's what they are. They're leased on with Amazon. It goes another one. That's an MJ Freight. So that one is an MJ Freight. That one's an MJ Freight. This one is different. It's like Anya Group. So yeah. I don't know how it works, man. But all I know is these guys, they got that position. You know what I mean? They got that prime position. As a matter of fact, that's what I should have looked into, really, instead of being on my own over here, being independent. I should have looked into trying to get maybe a higher position with a bigger transportation group. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just don't like the politics of that things. Of that nature. As a matter of fact, Vic has if you guys remember Vic, Vic and I repaired this truck. We opened the head up, right? We replaced the camshaft on this, and that's in the. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to link it, but anyway, that's in the channel, right? I made video back in May. Anyway, Vic. He's like, he's got a pretty high position with the North Carolina, somewhere in the transportation department. Anyway, he was urging me to apply for this position that was opening up, for, it's like a managerial position, right? I know I can handle the job, you know what I mean? I've been there before, so it's just that I don't know if I want to get back into that, you know what I mean? I'm telling you, I would have been, if I was to get that job, I would have been managing mechanics. And let me tell you about mechanics. Mechanics, oh man, the majority of mechanics are crybabies. They really are. I'm gonna go ahead and try to produce this video. Basically, we're just doing Amazon, man, really. I mean, like, I don't know what else to say. I got contracts coming up in a couple of days. It's a 1-week contract, 3 blocks, right? The Solo 2, 37-hour contract. So basically what that means is that we're going to come from Las Vegas, and they're going to schedule us to either go towards Salt Lake City, do a couple of things over there in the Salt Lake City area, and then head back to Las Vegas. So basically that's how the blocks work, right? You go out, you end up from your point of origin, right? So our point of origin is Las Vegas. It's always going to end up. Basically, it's 37 hours from the time it starts, okay? That's including, that's calculated including your DOT, okay? All of that. Your DOT clock is also factored in there. So basically, they're going to have you drive or be on duty anywhere from for 37 hours, not 37 hours straight, because you still got to take your be on duty and driving for 37 hours, but like I said, not straight, because they still got to factor in your DOT, okay? They got to stay legal with DOT. But anyway, and then you will return at your point of origin, which is, for me, is going to be Las Vegas, okay? And we got 3 of those next week. So they're paying $23.50, man. When I first started taking seriously look at Amazon was back in 2021 and early 2022. We got a bunch of these contracts up in Washington, Spokane to be specific, and boy, I tell you, those were good contracts. We were getting paid those. In the beginning of those, we were there for 5 or 6 weeks or something like that. In the beginning, we was getting paid per contract, right? Per 37-hour block contract, we were getting paid like $3,200, and then like the last 3 weeks, we made like $4,000 per contract block. So 37 hours, you were getting paid $4,000. So basically, they're renting you hourly, right, for those 37 hours. But back then, our point of origin was Spokane. That's because, like, I saw those contracts. As a matter of fact, they advertised them, they emailed them out, and they're like, hey man, these contracts are going like this. I wasn't familiar with the contracts then, but I was like, man, I did the calculation. I'm like, yeah, those are good rates. You know what I mean? Even at, like, let's say 2,800 on a contract, it's a good rate, because they will never, like, I would say you're going to run 1,000 miles or less, depending on your region, okay? Up here in the California area, you're going to average about 740 miles. If they send me from Vegas, if my point of origin is from Vegas, and then I got to go all the way to California, the most miles that I would probably run on average, okay, on these blocks, on these 37-hour, Solo 2 37-hour block would be around 750-ish miles, okay? Because there's just not a whole lot. Like, they got to abide by the speed limit as well, okay? So California is 55. So they got to factor a lot of these things, And that's why, like, if I'm going to California, most of the times, a lot of these blocks start at night, like 6, 7 in the evening. You know what I mean? Get to California, do a couple runs in California, sleep during the day, come back. You know what I mean? That's basically how it's gonna work. So anyway, we're gonna end the video here, man. It's just yeah, that's where we are, man. Amazon is just really not that great right now. I was expecting it to be better, but yeah, no, it's not. I mean, I think, if you ask me, I think Amazon had done, maybe they did too much when it came to, getting all of these trailers back in the yard, maybe they were expecting a lot more heavier volume, but I'm not seeing it, I'm not seeing it. Specifically on the yard out here, I'm not seeing it at all. It's just there's too many empty trailers. I will tell you that. I've been moving too many empty trailers and too many empty trailers sitting around, and like the dock doors, like these dock doors over here, they're not even like full. You know what I mean? So normally this right here, LAS 7, this is one of the busiest freaking Amazon facility. But like if you look at those dock doors down there, way down there, they're just empty. These dock doors over here are, maybe 60% full. You know what I mean? So it's not a whole lot going on really, and I think maybe Amazon was expecting a lot busier, time. That's why the rates were up a lot higher in the beginning of, before Thanksgiving, like a week and a half before Thanksgiving. The rates were ridiculously high because they rented out a lot of these trailers, or they rented a lot of these trailers, requested a lot of these trailers from Extra, from freaking Swift, from all of these other places where they can rent trailers, and they brought it all of these trailers to their yard. But I don't think they're being used at all. This is what I mean. Like I made a post, like, I've been, since 2021, I've been trying to understand how Amazon, stay profitable, but they freaking do, man. Because they have a lot of waste. Trust me, Amazon has a lot of waste in their operation, but year after year, they're, you know what I mean? They're doing the same thing. So they doing something right. So anyway, we're going to end the video here. I talk too much, and then we will see y'all in the next video.